Folks, this one's going to be quick. It's more like a survey instead of a chat. Okay. Yesterday, Monday the 25th, November 25th, I go to check my email. I cleared out some spam, blah, blah, did my normal like Monday office function stuff. And then later, a couple hours later, I went to check email or send an email, and Outlook was down. It came up with a complete white screen error. So I'm on Outlook 365. I sign in, poof, right? And then I tried it again and it said, you're not authorized to view this page. And then I got a error 503 or something like that. So I'm like, what in the heck is going on? So I did a quick browser search, and in the browser search, there was a lot of people talking about Microsoft Outlook being down. So let's just have this uncomfortable conversation. Every now and then, Outlook fails on me for some reason. It just doesn't work. It doesn't communicate. It doesn't, as an email client, doesn't communicate to the server that my email's hosted on, or something happens. And I go, well, let's try Thunderbird again. And I go back to Thunderbird, and Thunderbird works pretty well. There's some things about it that feel a little clunky to me. And then something will happen at Microsoft and they'll entice me after a year or so of being on Thunderbird, and they'll be like, hey, we've got a new layout. We've got a new feature. We automate with Zoom. We like something brings me back. And so I'm like, all right, well, I hate paying for this crud, but let's give it a shot. So I jumped into Microsoft again. And the main thing I use with this Microsoft 365 is the email client. So I'm in there, Microsoft Outlook, doing its thing, blah, 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 gets locked up yesterday. And then it says it's down. So then I'm like, so what are we going to do? No notifications, no warnings. My survey in this live is, what was your experience like? Did you get a warning? Did they tell you it was going to go down? Did they say it was going down for maintenance? Did they say that there was changes coming and that your email might not work for 10 hours or something? Basically, in the browser, it said, we're up and functioning. Everything's fine. It said, everything's great. And then, I got to let that phone call go. So it said, everything's great. My Outlook wasn't working. For hours, it wasn't working. Well into the night, my Outlook wasn't working. And then here's where I'm confused. I got up this morning, I came in, I turned on my computer, I turned on Microsoft Outlook, and I thought, well, let's see if it works or not. Let's see what happens. I turned it on, and it worked. I had to re-sign into everything. It said I had to approve third-party access to different automations and things. Yes, and then I had to. So I'm assuming it's Google Calendar or something like that. So it signs into that stuff. Then I had to re-add a couple of passwords. I've got like 5 email accounts in here that I track. 3 of them signed in perfect. 2 of them I had to add the passwords back in for. I said, well, this is inconsistent. I don't understand what's happening here. And then when I went to send my first email, I noticed, and maybe I should have noticed this earlier, but I noticed all the fonts were different. So the font changed inside Microsoft Outlook, and the when you go to send an email, so the composing window, it's formatted differently. There's like lines instead of shading, the font's different, everything looks different. So now this tells me, as someone that works on the internet, this tells me, well, they made a scheduled change. Like they scheduled an update, or they scheduled a change, or they did something, and then they knocked down the country, the world. I don't know. I don't know how much of Outlook was down, but it was down, right? And let's put this in the real world situations. It is 3 days before Black Friday. I am getting so much spam on a daily basis from people. And to take email out for a day, I got 300 or 400 messages to pour through, to trash, to get rid of, to mark as spam. And then I've got all the missed messages from yesterday where clients thought I wasn't paying attention. Like I said, and when I wrote this up, I said, if I manage the email account, I went to WEBMAIL and took care of it. But there's a lot of emails I have to work with for clients where I don't manage the email. I don't manage that URL directly. And so those emails I couldn't access because they're in my email client, which is Microsoft Outlook, but I don't have WEBMAIL access for those accounts. And so a lot of things got ignored. I spent a good part of my day just catching up today for what couldn't be done yesterday due to this, what I thought was a surprise server outage or something like that. But it looks like there was some kind of an update done. So I wanted to know what your experience was like. What was your user case in dealing with that yesterday? And then kind of like what were your repercussions from that? And what was your workaround for it? I am literally sitting here at my desk today thinking, maybe I need to put Thunderbird back in the computer. Like literally, like maybe I need to put Thunderbird back in. And Thunderbird just came out with a mobile app and a bunch of updates over the last few months. Maybe Thunderbird's the answer. So let me know, what do you use for your email client? If you pay for it, if it's a premium, what do you pay? And are you happy? There. I'd like to get some feedback on that so I can make some good decisions. Talk to you later. Bye bye.